I am so excited to introduce one of our fabulous fitness instructors, Zumba fitness instructors, Madhu Shikaripur.
You got it.
I did!
You did.
I've been practicing.
Shikaripur, but you got it.
Okay, well, I tried.
Great job. Yeah.
Shikaripur.
Yes.
I practiced, but anyway. She has kept everyone fit during the quarantine. You had Zumba in your home and put it online.
Yes.
You come up once a week here,
Yes.
or more, just once a
No,
week on Thursdays.
Mhm.
She has a great following of people that just love her, and so do I. So let's get started here. Tell us about your life in India. You were born and raised.
I was born and raised in India. Yes.
Okay, where in India?
I was born in Bangalore, which is in a state called Karnataka, and it's on the southern tip of India. India is the peninsula part. I'm on the southern tip. So India, we have north and south, east and west. So yeah, I'm on the south part. I was born in the southern part of India.
Does
Bangalore.
India face oceans?
Yes, in the Indian Ocean. It juts into the Indian Ocean.
Were you on that side?
No, where I was born, it's landlocked.
Okay.
But yeah, Karnataka. It's a coffee growing region of India, so I'm a big coffee snob.
Well, I noticed that. I wonder where's this coming from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about, you were born and raised. Your family is still there.
Yes.
Your mother and dad,
Yes.
brother and sisters.
I have one brother.
Uh-huh.
He lives in Amsterdam.
Ah.
Yeah, and he decided to move to a different continent than me and my parents. But yeah, I have just one brother. He's younger to me. I bullied him a lot.
Oh.
Probably why he moved to Amsterdam. But yeah, and mom and dad are in Bangalore.
Are they able to, well, have they come over to visit you?
They have. When both my children were born, I was fortunate enough to have my mom come over and help me, and she stayed with me for 6 months, which was a huge blessing because I have no family here, and that was fun. And then my in-laws came after that, so I had help for a long time. But it's been a while since both parents have come over. They were supposed to come this year, but the pandemic shut it down. But we go every year so that my kids, kind of, know where their roots are from and interact with the grandparents in their home and understand the culture.
And I feel sure they speak. Is it called the Indian language?
Yes, it's called Kannada. My mother tongue is called Kannada.
Canada?
Kannada.
Kannada.
K-A-N-N-A-D-A. Kannada.
Is that for all of India?
It's only for Karnataka. So India speaks about 32 languages.
Oh dear, I did not know that information.
32. So each state speaks a dialect. It speaks a language. And some of the dialects, as the borders get closer, two languages mix to form a dialect. So Hindi is our national language, which we all have to learn in school. And then we have to learn our mother tongue, whatever that is for that state. And then you have to learn English.
You have to learn English?
Well, most of the education is in English medium, so we grew up learning English because the British ruled India, so English is pretty predominant, and Hindi and Kannada. And I speak 3 Indian languages and English, so I speak 4 languages. Yeah.
Well, you're very fluent in English.
Thank you.
Tell me about your life growing up, your formative years.
My dad is an engineer. He's a mechanical engineer. So he worked for a company that moved him a lot. So they would have a construction going. Once that project wrapped up, he would move. And they would be in like these remote areas wherever the construction used to be it a highway or a dam. So when I was about 5, my parents decided that my mother and I and my brother would stay with my grandparents while my dad would go, would get his work done, and then he would come visit us. So that was a huge sacrifice he did make for us because he was away from his family.
Now he would travel just in India or all over the world?
He's all over the world.
Okay.
He was in India, and then he was in Iraq. Iraq was one of his, and that which got bombed. He was so sad about the dam getting bombed. And we moved to Africa when I was in 10th grade. I did my high school over there, and then shuttled back and forth. Yeah, so he's traveled a lot, and they didn't want us to keep moving schools.
Right.
So we stayed with my grandmother at my grandmother's house. So growing up, I grew up in this big household with my aunt, my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my brother. So it was this big family. It was wonderful.
Aw.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Okay, so you're in your education, and you graduated from high school.
Yeah, and I have a master's degree. In
Oh, of course
biology.
you do. So then you decide, I'm going to college. But you did not stay in India.
No, I was in India for my master's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how did you get to the United States? What
So-
brought you here and where?
I got married, and I was doing my, what was I doing? I was in my final year of graduate school in India. My aunt, who's a matchmaker, knew somebody who knew my husband, and she goes, "Oh, we have a perfect match. Let's meet, or whatever." And so she, this is how what.
Now, it wasn't arranged.
It was arranged. Well, arranged marriages have a bad view or look to it. So in India, I'm talking about, okay, many years ago, yes, they threw two kids together, got them married. That was 1920s. Maybe my grandmother, they did that. But now, or for the last 50, 60 years, they introduce two families. They introduce the boy and the girl. And then it's up to us to decide whether we want to take it forward or not. So we meet, we talk, we see, what the wavelength is. So it's totally up to us. It's not a forced marriage. So mine was similar to that. My aunt just thought that this family would be a good fit to our family. And he was a well-educated boy. He had all the checklists that I was looking for. And a sweet guy.
I'm not going to ask what those were.
I just want a tall guy, a family-oriented guy, and who, just a decent human being. That's all we all look for in our spouse.
Right. Handsome?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
He was, and I was so starstruck when I met him. I think he asked me what my name was, and I said, I'm doing my MSc in botany, and he looked at me going, who is this loopy-loop you brought over? I mean, like, why? How is she a good match? I'm joking. But when we met him, and I was, he was so nice to my parents and my brother, and I saw all the gentlemanly attitudes in him, and that's what I was attracted to. And he was, he still is a sweet guy. Sometimes I want to kill him, but that's a good thing.
We'll edit that out, Doctor.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll edit
I
that
still love you, honey.
Okay, so he went to college. He went to the university in India.
Yes, the medical school in India.
Medical school.
And he always wanted to come to the United States. So
He was the reason you came.
He was the reason I came. He was here doing his fellowship. He came down, we met, we got engaged. He came back here. We were engaged for a long time.
What's a long time?
11 months. 11 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I came here after 9/11. I came here November 8th of 2001. Yeah.
So when you say here, where's here?
Here, Boston.
Okay.
He was in
Because he was in residency
School.
or something
Yeah, he was
in
in
Boston.
fellowship, yeah.
Fellowship, okay.
Yeah, and then it was different. It was very different atmosphere. I mean, yeah, I was wanting to do my master's here as well. So I wrote my GRE pre 9/11, and I wrote my TOEFL post 9/11, and there was a change in obviously how they were taking in candidates and everything, and yeah.
What is your master's?
Biology.
Biology. You didn't want to be a doctor?
No, too
Okay.
much work.
It is a lot of work,
Yeah.
isn't it? Give your husband a little shout out. What type of doctor is he?
He's a kidney specialist.
Okay. And he is with?
Integris.
Okay.
Yeah. Baptist.
Okay. All right. So here's these two India people, young people,
Yeah.
probably 20,
I was 24. He's 5 years older than me, so
29.
yeah, there you go.
Cool. Okay, so here you are, no family, no friends. You got homesick?
A lot.
Oh.
A lot. And he worked
A lot.
crazy hours.
I bet.
Crazy hours. And I was in this he was a fellow. We didn't have a lot of money. We were in the sub-basement apartment, and no neighbor would talk. It was post 9/11, so imagine, it was a completely different atmosphere at that point. I was scared to talk to people. They were scared to talk to me. I was home alone, crying, and you couldn't call India very often because the phone rates were extremely high. Not right now, but so I could talk to my mom once a week for what, 10 minutes, and I would wait for that time. And I lived at home. You know, growing up in India, that culturally you live at home with your parents. So this is the first time I'm away from them at 24, married to this guy who's very sweet, by the way. But you know, in a new country, it was very, and it was winter in America, so it was cold, and I was not used to the cold.
in Boston too, cold and windy and
I didn't have, I couldn't drive.
How long were you there in Boston?
Thank goodness, 4 months.
Oh,
yes.
And then where'd you go?
New Mexico.
Oh, so from snow and ice and those nor'easters to New Mexico.
New Mexico. I love New Mexico.
How long were you in New Mexico?
5 years.
And that was in what, Santa Fe?
No, we were in Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because if you're a foreign medical graduate, you have to, your visa requires you to do a few years in an underserved area to get your green card. So 2 years became 5 years because of all,
Right. Yeah. Okay, so now you're in New Mexico, Roswell. How'd you end up in Oklahoma City?
Oh, Roswell, New Mexico. I had my first baby there. Then we moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay.
Because we wanted to get out of New Mexico. We didn't appreciate New Mexico at that time. I love New Mexico now. Then Minnesota, we were there for 3 years, but my daughter has temperature-induced asthma, so she was on steroids the whole time. We're tropical birds. We couldn't do. I love Minnesota. Don't get me wrong, but it was too cold.
Right.
So from there on, we moved to Oklahoma City.
And how many years have you been in Oklahoma City?
10 years now.
Well, I hope this is home.
Oh, it's home.
Oh,
it's
good.
home. And my husband can move wherever he wants. That's No, he found a good fit for work. I love my friends, my family. Friends are family here.
Yes,
So
yes,
I love
yes.
it.
You can choose your family now.
My family's not watching, but yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
okay. Tell me 3 of your most favorite places in India to visit.
Oh, the Taj Mahal. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Why? I mean, it's
Why?
beautiful. Why? What's beautiful about it?
In itself, just a magnificent structure. It's all marble, and the story that goes behind it. I mean, he built it for his wife who died, and just the way the lawns are kept. It's beautiful, and the gems. I have a small coaster. I should bring it next time, maybe. But the gems are encrusted into the marble, and it's sapphire and rubies, and then they glint when the sunlight hits it just right. And there's rows and rows of jasmine flowers, because that's what she liked, apparently, his Begum, his wife. So it's a beautiful place.
Another place to visit.
Taj Mahal was my mom's house, hands down.
Oh!
Yeah, always. Yeah.
What does that city look like that she lives in?
Bangalore. Oh, it's a software hub. So it's a huge megapolis. Really, it's huge.
Skyscrapers?
Oh yeah, well, not skyscrapers. Yeah, we do have, but it's sprawling metro.
Really?
Yeah, I would compare it to Houston.
Wow.
It's huge. It's huge, and the temperature. It never gets too hot or too cold. So it's like California. Otherwise, it's just right. It was called the Garden City of India forever, before all the software companies went in, and there's too many people now. But
Too many. Huh?
too many. It's a beautiful place.
One other place to visit. When we go to India, one other place. Where are we gonna go?
Okay, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go. Coorg, India. Coorg. It's a coffee plantation city in India, in Karnataka, my home state.
Okay.
And it's just beautiful, beautiful greenery. When monsoon season hits, it just comes alive. And then you have coffee plantation. It's nature. It's beautiful.
You told me you loved coffee.
Yes.
Do you get those coffee beans from there?
We used to. It's just a chore. And so
Yeah.
now we have our own grinder. I have my Indian coffee maker, and I buy my beans from Sam's Club, and I grind them every day just before I make a cup. So none of the pre-ground stuff for me.
So very fresh, huh?
Oh yeah.
You got to zing on that one.
Oh, yeah.
How many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
Oh, if my body allowed me, I'll drink it every hour, but I can manage 2 cups right now.
All right, good girl. Okay.
And yeah, we're snobbish about coffee.
Okay, well now we're on coffee. Tell us about the food in India.
Oh.
Because I have tried to go to one of these restaurants and I obviously didn't know what I was ordering and it was very different. So
Yes.
talk to us about that.
And food
Because
is
you are
so-
a vegan.
I'm vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yeah, I eat eggs and milk products. So yeah, but I'm vegetarian. Never grew up vegetarian. My kids will be raised vegetarian. So India, like America, each region has such a distinctive cuisine. So South India, because we're in the coastal area, coconut is a heavy part of the dish. And North India, it's more tomato and onion based. So every house in South India, I say every, I generalize, but most houses have to have a coconut tree. Like my parents' house has 2 coconut trees. And you just pluck your coconut, well you don't pluck it, there's a guy who comes and climbs up and gets it for you. And so you don't buy coconut in India. In South India, you have a tree that gives you fresh coconut.
Okay, so you get this fresh coconut. You open it. You tell us
crack
what
it
you do.
open. Coconut has different stages of ripening. So the fresh coconut has a water in it. So you have to have a machete. So you slice it open, and then the guy cracks the top open, sticks a straw in it, and he gives it to you. So you have all these vendors on bicycles with huge coconut, I don't even know the collective term for it, but they go hawking coconuts. And now if you let it ripen, which my mom gets few of those for us to drink, and then she lets it ripen on the tree, and then she puts it in her attic. Yeah, and so that is dry coconut and stays forever. And so you grate it, make a fine powder of it, and you store it. And you use it in all your curries and your powders and your spice powders and everything.
Do you cook with a tandoor?
No, that's just in restaurants. We
Okay.
don't have ovens in India. We didn't have an oven growing up, we still don't. It's all stuffed up cooking. We don't bake. India, we don't bake. It's all cooked on stir fries.
Really? A lot of vegetables,
A lot of vegetables.
a lot of fruits.
Yes.
What is your favorite fruit to eat?
Oranges, but not the ones we get here. The sweet lime, Texas sweet lime orange, that's my favorite. It's called Mosambi in India, and I love the juice. And the fruit, and I like jackfruit.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yes,
Oh,
love
please
it.
talk to us about that, because I've seen that in the grocery store and thought,
My friend just got me half of jackfruit. So I was spoiled growing up. My grandfather would do all the peeling and everything because it's sticky. It's like super glue. So you've got to wear gloves, oil yourself completely, and then oil your knife. Like you've got to dip it in oil, and then you crack the fruit open. It is sticky. It's a hot mess. And then you remove the strands, the fiber, and everything. And then there are these plump pods of fruit with a big seed inside, and it's an acquired taste. So when I cut this fruit open, I did it in my backyard and brought the fruit in. My kids didn't know about it, and then they walk into the house and they are going, "What is that nasty smell? Take it out of here! Ew, ew!"
I got the vision.
But my husband and I were all over that fruit. We were like, "Oh, more for us." It's like biting into, I don't know. It's not juicy, but it's sweet and meaty.
Sticky?
No. Once you get the fruit out of all the sticky mess, the fruit itself is fine.
Okay, I've seen them and they're huge. They're this huge.
Yeah.
Okay, you open it up. How much do you get out of something that big?
Out of one
Because
fruit?
it was not cheap at Midcrest. It
Right,
was not.
exactly. Oh, you get about 100 from that big one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
At least.
Okay.
Good pieces. Yeah. Yeah, but it's so good.
How often do you get one for your home?
Oh, this is the first time in 20 years. We go to India to eat it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's obviously more fresher because it's a tropical fruit. fruit.
Yes.
I don't know where these fruits come
Yeah,
from, but it was not bad. I mean, it was okay. Yeah.
Did your kids try it?
Oh no, they were waving, spraying the house down with Febreze. And I had to walk in and take it outside to eat. In my own house, I had to go eat it outside.
But apparently you and your husband like it more for you, right?
Exactly, because I hate strawberries. I don't like strawberries because I didn't grow up eating
Oh, I
them.
bet you, oh, okay, okay.
It's okay.
So orange is your favorite. What's your favorite veggie?
My favorite veggie, can I say pizza? I'm sure. I like okra. I like any veggie really. Okra maybe is my
You
favorite.
do?
I love okra.
Well, that's really an African fruit. Did you taste it when you were in Africa?
No, it's a staple in India too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
we call
that.
it lady fingers. We don't call it okra.
You call it lady
It's called
fingers?
lady fingers.
And
Because
you
it
fry,
looks
you
like
fry
that.
it. You fry it with the, or maybe you don't fry it over there.
You don't. It's not. No, we
It's-
don't fry it.
It's boiled. It's
No, boiled makes it fun.
Yeah.
We stir fry it.
Okay,
With
okay.
spices and onion and ginger and all that. Yeah.
What do you fix every night for your family? Or not every night, but
Every
it's
night
time
we
to cook.
try.
It's dinner time. What are we gonna eat?
We try to keep dinner time Indian food because the kids, breakfast is up for what they want. I mean, and lunch is usually a sandwich or a pasta or something that they like. So I try to make Indian food for them every night. So it's usually, I make tortillas, whole wheat tortilla. It's called roti, and I make it at home. We eat about 2 rotis, so that's one. And then I make a vegetable and I make a lentil, and we round it off with yogurt, plain yogurt. So that's
Do you make the yogurt?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We growing up-
Dessert? What?
No desserts.
No
No
desserts.
desserts. We don't, there's never, not usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
When your children are vegetarians, but that does not seem to bother them, like if they go to a kid's party and
No, we told them why we are vegetarians, and it's mainly for ethical reasons.
okay.
And they're fine with it, and and the beauty of it is the friends are so aware of it that they actually tell them beforehand, hey, don't eat that, or don't touch this because this has gelatin or this has chicken broth. So they're accepted. They don't feel like they're
And
left out.
probably the mothers of your friends are conscious of this and
Oh,
they
yeah.
try to bring something for your
Oh,
children.
absolutely. Yeah, they're probably more so than me. They're so hyper vigilant. Once she gave them a brownie, she didn't know we eat eggs, and so she was so upset. And then she called me. She said, "Oh, he ate a brownie. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, he can have it." And so I do appreciate that. I appreciate them looking out for our preferences and for our culture. So yeah, that's very sweet.
So tell us about your holidays in India, or festivals, or
Ooh.
tell me about those.
So Diwali is my favorite festival. We have
Why?
So the basis of Diwali is good triumphs evil every time. So it's good over evil. And we light lamps all over the house to dispel darkness. So
No, wait, I didn't hear you. You do
Oh.
what all over the house?
lamps.
Lamps.
Diwali is a festival of light.
Okay.
So we traditionally they're oil lamps. So they're tiny little clay pots. We put oil and a wick in them.
Okay.
And then we light them. So they're tiny little tea lights all over the house, in front of the house. You decorate your house like that. But here, because of the fire hazard, I just do tea lights everywhere. And it's Festival of Lights, and it's this king conquered a bad guy, and he made his way home in the darkness. So the town paved the way with lights for him to make his way home. So that's the basis of it. And also, good over evil, all of that. So we burst firecrackers. So that's the time the whole town comes alive with crackers. And then we eat good food. So
What time of year is this?
November, it's coming up.
Oh,
Yeah.
like during the week, one day?
It's no, we always do everything in it's always a big deal. The weddings are 7 days.
Oh, I know.
The festivals are 25 days.
I've seen one of those from afar, one of those weddings.
Yeah, mine was a 3-day long affair. I don't even remember it, but it was a blur. Yeah.
You're just tired.
You're tired. Yeah, you're tired. It's a lot of religious ceremony deals that you don't know half of what's going on. So, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting to
Yeah.
watch from afar.
Yeah. It
But anyway, okay,
So
Diwali, back to that.
Diwali.
Okay, so that's in November. Another holiday or festival.
Holi. Holi is spring. We welcome spring and we throw colors on everybody. It's either liquid color or dry color. You wear white. Everybody wears white, and then it's free for all. And you kind of put oil on your face because these colors stain your skin.
Uh-huh.
And then we just throw colors, and then we drink and eat and have fun.
Okay.
My kids love that festival.
All right, now that you're in the United States, how do you practice those?
We do it. We get together with our community, and the temple hosts one holy event, and then we go to a park. We take permission beforehand, and then we have all these safe colors that we, and then there's so many times the passers-by join us, and they have fun with it, and then and so yeah, we were able to do it over here.
So you have a temple,
Yes,
and it's called.
Hindu Temple of Central of Oklahoma. Hindu
Okay.
Temple of Oklahoma.
Okay. How many members?
Oh, a lot. Wow.
Thousands?
Oh, easily.
Really?
Yeah, easily. It's the community, Indian community has grown in leaps and bounds. And gosh, we haven't been going as much. We have a Sunday school over there, and my kids used to go, but it just became, we used to have one day that for ourselves, and we just kind of did it at home. But yeah, we have a huge, I would say thousands, yeah.
Huh. And where is this located? In Edmond?
No, it's in Oklahoma City, close to the Science Museum. It's
Okay.
Wilshire, and gosh, you're asking in Indian directions.
That's okay.
Addresses.
That's okay. Okay, so you have those two festivals, or they're holidays. You call
They're
them
holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah.
Another
We
one?
call it festivals. You're right.
Okay. Anything else that jumps out at you?
So Diwali and Holi is celebrated pretty much all through India. Now regions of India have their own, like we had one big one that was called Ganesh Chaturthi. So it's Lord Ganesha, he's the removal of obstacles. So they make clay idols of him. So we bring it home, keep him, offer him all the, it's more religious. So this is more religious. We have a lot of Sanskrit hymns that we sing, and we offer, fruits and nuts, and that's a whole about an hour-long process. And that just happened about a couple weeks ago. And that's one of my favorite ones growing up, because you don't have school that day, school's out. And then you get to dress up in fun stuff, and they make the special sweets that they don't make it year-round, they just make it on that day.
Madhu, I always love to look at those beautiful saris. Tell me about, did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did.
Tell me about this beautiful sari that you have on.
Okay, so this is a sari. It's pure silk, and it's from a place called Gujarat in India. So
Is that a town?
It's a state, and then the town that my very good friend Payal bought it for me. It's Ahmedabad, and it's very particular to that. Let me try to pull this halua.
Why don't you stand up and we'll see if we can get a full picture of this.
So yeah.
Why don't you come out here just a little bit further? Look how beautiful.
And
Is it all one piece?
It's one piece. It's 6 yards, and I drape. And the blouse is pre-made, but then this we drape it on. And the different style. This is more like a South Indian style of wearing it. The North Indians would have it in a different. There are many different ways of wearing it. This is one of them.
Okay, so there's many different ways.
Mhm.
You have a little like a crop top on.
Yes.
And then all of this.
Yeah, and I have a skirt underneath.
Oh.
Yeah, which is kind of form-fitting, so you can show off your shape, and then you tuck it in, take it around you, and then you kind of make these pleats and tuck
Wow.
those in, and then pin. You gotta pin everything
it's
up.
pinned too?
I pinned one pin over here, one over here,
Uh-huh.
and you're technically supposed to pin the pleats in so it doesn't fall out on you,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't do that today. But yeah.
It is very.
Thank you.
May I touch it?
Absolutely.
It is beautiful. And this is silk.
Mhm.
This is gold.
It's called Jari, Jari, and it's not gold, but it is metal that they weave. The weavers make this. These are all handmade. Yeah.
So you have to buy something this beautiful in India.
Yes.
You cannot buy it here.
You can. In bigger cities now we have all these big stores coming in, but honestly you should go to India, go to the weavers, go buy it from them. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to India the next time you take me.
Let's go. Let's go. You and me together. I would love it.
Oh, you don't know what you're asking for.